The ones who adjust their tone, their words, even their body language to make others feel comfortable. They're not just aware of emotions, they manage them. This is the energy of extroverted feeling, or FE. FE users are the harmonizers, connectors, and peacemakers. They thrive on building bonds, maintaining trust, and creating harmony in groups. But what exactly is FE? How does it look in different MBTI types? And why does it matter so much in human connection? Let's explore. What is extroverted feeling? Extroverted feeling is a judging function. It's about how decisions are made. Where introverted feeling, FE, looks inward to personal values, FE looks outward, focusing on group harmony, shared values, and external expectations. FE asks, how is everyone feeling? What will keep the group connected? What action will maintain trust and balance? FE values relationships, social responsibility, and mutual respect above cold efficiency or pure logic. Core traits of FE: group awareness. FE users are attuned to the emotions of others. Empathy in action. They don't just feel with you, they actively try to help. Social adaptability. Can shift tone, language, and behavior to fit the room. Conflict resolution skills. Naturally mediate disputes and restore harmony. Externalized emotion. Often expressive and warm in communication. To others, FE can look like compassion, charisma, or even people-pleasing. But at its core, it's about preserving connection. How FE behaves in different types. Dominant FE types, ENFJ and ESFJ. For ENFJs and ESFJs, FE isn't just a skill, it's the lens through which they see life. They're constantly tuned into the needs, moods, and expectations of others. ENFJ story. At a high school graduation, chaos breaks out because students don't know where to line up. The ENFJ teacher steps in, calm, charismatic, reassuring. They speak with warmth but authority, instantly calming students, encouraging parents, and coordinating staff. Everyone feels cared for, and the ceremony continues smoothly. That's FE at its strongest, creating harmony in the midst of chaos. ESFJ story. At a family gathering, tensions rise when two relatives argue. The ESFJ immediately notices the discomfort. They jump in with a warm smile, redirecting the conversation towards shared memories. Later, they privately comfort both relatives. The fight dissolves, and the family leaves the night feeling closer than ever. That's dominant FE, the glue that holds people together. 2. Auxiliary FE types, INFJ and ISFJ. For INFJs and ISFJs, FE supports their introverted world, N or C. They may not be loud, but their compassion runs deep and often appears in nurturing, steady ways. INFJ story. An INFJ therapist sits quietly as a client struggles to put their feelings into words. The INFJ picks up on subtle cues, the downward glance, the tremor in their voice, and gently asks the exact question that unlocks the client's heart. The room shifts. For the first time, the client feels understood. That's FE channeled through empathy and intuition. ISFJ story. An ISFJ volunteer organizes a neighborhood potluck. They remember which neighbor doesn't eat gluten, which family just had a baby, and who feels left out in groups. They arrange seating so everyone feels included. The event isn't flashy, but it leaves the community bonded in ways that only careful, thoughtful FE could create. 3. Tertiary FE types, ENTP and ESTP. For these fast-paced types, FE shows up in bursts, often in charm, charisma, and social adaptability. ENTP story. An ENTP comedian is halfway through their routine when they notice the audience getting restless. Without missing a beat, they shift gears, abandoning one joke for a new story that matches the crowd's energy. Laughter erupts. That's tertiary FE, quick social calibration that keeps everyone engaged. ESTP story. An ESTP negotiator walks into a tense business meeting. The energy feels heavy, so they crack a perfectly timed joke, breaking the ice. Suddenly, the room relaxes and the conversation becomes productive. Their FE didn't dominate, but it made all the difference in winning people over. 4. Inferior FE types, INTP and ISTP. For these tie-dominant types, FE is their weakest function. It's often hidden, but when it surfaces, it's surprisingly tender and genuine.
INTP story. An INTP professor is known for being detached, obsessed with theories.
But one day, a student bursts into tears over struggling with the material. The INTP, usually awkward with feelings, pauses. Then, with surprising warmth, they reassure the student. You're not failing. You're learning. I believe in you. That moment of Phi connection stays with the student forever. ISTP story. An ISTP firefighter is normally practical and calm under pressure. After rescuing a child, however, they notice the child is still terrified. The ISTP kneels, offers a small smile, and gently says, "You're safe now. I've got you." That's Phi breaking through, a quiet but powerful human connection that transforms fear into trust. Phi in real life at work. Phi users thrive in roles that require teamwork, leadership, or service, like counseling, teaching, nursing, management, and community organizing. In relationships, they notice subtle cues, remember details, and check in often. They don't just love privately, they show it outwardly. In crisis, while others panic, Phi users step in to keep people calm, united, and hopeful. In daily life, they're the ones smoothing awkward silences, introducing new friends, or checking if everyone has eaten. Strengths and weaknesses of Phi strengths. Strong empathy and emotional intelligence. Skilled communicators. Natural conflict resolution abilities. Build trust and loyalty in groups. Weaknesses. Can sacrifice their own needs to please others. May become overly concerned with reputation or social approval. Risk of losing authenticity if too focused on harmony. Struggle with setting boundaries. Why Phi matters, extraverted feeling matters because it keeps the world connected. Without Phi, society risks becoming cold, efficient but emotionally disconnected. With Phi, we have compassion, cooperation, and a sense of belonging. Phi reminds us that progress means nothing if people are left behind. That efficiency is empty if relationships crumble. That community is built not just on shared goals, but on shared care. Examples. An ENFJ activist unites a community around a cause, not just through strategy, but through emotional connection. An ISFJ nurse quietly comforts a patient's family while tending to medical needs. Even an ENTP entertainer channels Phi by turning humour into connection. Phi is the glue that binds people together. Extraverted feeling is the harmonizer of MBTI. It's the warmth that brings people in. The compassion that soothes conflict. The care that reminds us we're not alone. So, do you lead with Phi, or does it show up as a quiet side of your type? Drop your type in the comments, and share how Phi shows up in your life. And if you enjoyed this, check out our next video. About the function stack, and how the function stack influences our personality.